off and off and on social media, internet. And doing so here, resting with a broken wrist and bumps and bruises, etc. And I heard voices outside my front door. As I was saying earlier, I heard some voices outside my front door. And I was like, oh no, not those other people next door, more other residents and or their guests and her staff. So I listened and I'm like, sounds like they're talking about me more. And I'm not being paranoid, it's happened before. So I went and they were disturbing. They were making noises, disturbances. And outside my front door. So when it stopped, I got my phone and I reported them to security, alleged condominium corporation. And I asked security to tell them to please stop doing that because I'm home with a broken wrist. I'm recuperating. I want to take a pain reliever and a muscle relaxant for the other injuries, wounds. And I just want to feel better and have a quiet night in and rest. I couldn't even get dressed and go downstairs tonight like I wanted to because, as you know, sometimes I go downstairs and put out a bag of garbage. And I didn't get to do that. And security was very kind enough to offer to come up and escort me to and from the garbage room. And I said, no, I can't because I really, truly don't feel like it. And that was since I was on YouTube and YouTube community post page. I posted on there. And I did try to videotape it. As I said to the staff, I don't know that I have enough data to give the condominium corporation staff a copy of all they were saying. They don't know how to behave. As I said somewhere else earlier, it's like they're autistic, you know, worse than autistic and retarded. They really, truly do not know how to do boundaries and behave themselves in an apartment building, a complex, and mind their own business. I don't do that outside their front door, their alleged front door next door. Other front doors too, I don't do that. I try and showed and told evidence, and sometimes, you know, that my mom and I were talking outside, like such as by the elevators, but we weren't recording and talking about them, such as they did about us. It was none of their business, Starbucks and or anywhere else, you know, anything and everything they said. Because why? They're stalkers, their harassments and bullying, they're internet trolling, they're haters and stalkers. They don't know wrong from right, and they don't know right from wrong. They can't leave us alone. They would not give us privacy and safety once more. And I'm not being a racist, bigot, discriminations, prejudice, prejudges. I'm not hating them or anything. It's just they don't know how to leave us alone. It's a sick, not not good, all bad, all wrong, all purposeful obsession those other people, alleged Gupta, factual, have, and did. It's disgusting. We don't even want to know them. I don't want to know them from here. I don't want to know them. I didn't want to know them. I didn't want to meet them. I didn't want to meet them. I didn't want to know them. I didn't want to know them here and all elsewhere, all before, all during, and all later, and all since May 1, 2025. And all before, all during, all later, and all since May 31, 2024. As soon as the security cameras recorded them outside my front door doing, security should have already came up and or phone called the police and sent them to those other people outside my front door, in the hallway, outside front doors, outside my front door, and all the other front doors on this level, this floor. Do any of you, my audience, ever witness any of their videos and or vlogging and or live streaming and or real time outside my front door and anywhere else, my space? Please send me a copy via social media. Give me the link and I'll look into it more, and I can forward the link to security and the alleged condominium corporation, and I'll show and tell police. Without and or with, it all goes on trial in courts, because those other people should really be judiciary punished, jailed, with and or without paroles and or probations, new, without and or with being sued, new. Gupta, man and woman, Guptas, all those other people out there. Last name Gupta. Hi. Hello, I just got in. I'm new here. What are you talking about? So that's my evening. Now I'm gonna make a hot beverage. I need a tea. I need to zen. Oh, gotta get my pain reliever. They are so delusional and distorted, those other people, last names, surnames, names, Gupta, that they believed in their delusional mentalities that their acquaintances, family, and or friends of mine and my parents and or my parents and other Bellises, such as my parents and my parents' parents, my parents' parents' parents, and my parents' 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 parents, and all animals and all pets, all fur babies, and myself. Everyone witnessed, including my parent, my mother, Trans Help Rides drivers. One and more witnessed all that I just mentioned. All happened, including one of those other people I mentioned, physically altercation with my mom, Trans Help driver. More than one. And when I fainted, man from over there next door, altercations with paramedics, tried stopping, entering here to give me first aid. He tried to interfere. That's not right. That's not even legal. That's not lawful. That must be attempted manslaughter or attempted murder. He should not have interfered. I could have needed cardiopulmonary resuscitation. I could have broke my neck. Anything else. And the time before that, when I didn't know I didn't have COVID-19 severe acute respiratory syndrome, instead I was diagnosed influenza type A virus. In and out of hospitals. I can say any of this because they were outside my front door. They were out in the common area. Must be some of that must be private property. They should not, cannot, could not, may not, must not, and need not, showed and told about to and about us in here and all elsewhere. Outside my front door, the hallway, all other front doors, etc. They did out there. Noises, disturbances, live streamed, real timed, and or recorded. and or more text messaging. I'm gonna have a shower tonight. Maybe I'll just wash my hairs and finish doing the rest tomorrow. Once I take my pain reliever from my hands, if and or when my broken wrist, the pain without inflammation alleviates while I wash my hairs. I don't feel like undressing, and then dressed more. Discharge, health record, hospital emergency, diagnosed me, diagnosis, fainted, and broken wrist. And anyone and everyone that tried, showed, and told my mom and I otherwise are incompetent and should have been fired. And I don't care who they are, healthcare workers, whatever, they should be gone. All before my next appointment follow up. I don't care who they are. They're not any superiority to myself, about myself, to myself, about myself, and one and more other patients. All witnessed. Everywhere. Including my injuries, my left knee, my knees, my forearm, my neck, my lower back, x-rays, MRIs, and CAT scans, etc. Oh, excuse me. I have a document. Their name isn't even on it. I have more than one document. Their name's not anything here. Not anything. All before, all during, all later, and all since May 1, 2024. Not only do I, other people do have copies. And did they take anything from here before? I don't know how. Well, they better return it, put it outside my front door, just leave it there so I can have it investigated, and I can report it to the alleged condominium corporation, security, and police factually and others, and show and tell that they're the thieving, elder abusive, stalkers, internet trolling, stalking other people. And I know it's not just them. It's happened before, because some other people just did not know how to do and how to did anything else. All before, all during, all later, and since February 1, 2025. And all securities, cameras, all on, all recorded, all recording, all witnessed, all that, all those other people. And it doesn't matter if my mom and or someone else is mentally not well, even for a month or two, or post-traumatic, had traumas, such as me this year, and November 12th, past year, May, past year, etc., earlier. It doesn't matter. That doesn't change anything. They're in the wrong. They're the ones not lawful. They're the ones not legal. They're the ones that didn't do rules and regulations, etc. I'm not turning off my internet just because you stalkers can't fuck off and leave us alone and give us privacy and safety. They're on my social media. I just know it, whether YouTube shows and tells that they are public. all their accounts, be it third party, second party, and themselves, all their YouTube accounts and all other social media should be taken away from them completely, reported and disassembled and, reported. And those other people should, can, could, may, must, need judiciary punish, such as jailed and paroled and or probationed and or paroled new, without and or with sued new. Justice for Avril Bellis. Judiciary justice for Avril Bellis. Criminal justice for me, Avril Bellis. I hope so. Because it's on my mom health records, traumatic brain injury. And I know there's more than one. Examples, Mississauga Retina Institute. My mom talked all about it for weeks on end. Her eye was so paining her. She had a painful eye. Her head hurt several times. And I know for a fact when I used to go out, I would leave my mom home alone, and somebody from next door was at my front door. I could hear, and when we were leaving, I often saw the man and somebody there standing outside my front door. All security cameras, all on, recorded and recording. All witnessed all that. All those other people did that. All when and all where. All happened as. And this is not the first condominium corporation. This is not the first place we've lived. I've lived, and I worked in hobbies, etc. Not any other condominium. Nobody else would ever put up with the shit that they did. Not like what's downstairs has allegedly been doing. Anyone else was to do that in the news media, reported already, reporters, they never got away with what they did. Other people did to other people what those other people have been doing to us, did to us. Those other people, the reporters reported, news, they didn't get to continue like those other people did. Gupta, they got reported, they got judiciary punished, they got criminal punishments, they got jailed and or paroled and or probationed and or sued. Bruising has gone down lots, hasn't it? Quite a lot. I still have some swelling and pain here, but it seems to cool down quite lots. Until I use it and then lean on it or anything, it's painful. Maybe I should put this thing on for a while. Where is it? It's too small. I told them it was too small. It doesn't fit me properly. I mean, who would want to wear one of these with a broken wrist anyway? You have to yank it on and off. At least I do. And that's even too tight on my thumb. Avril, hi. How is our true foodie beauty queen today? Go sex, darling. I just explained how I am. Go sex with who? I'm a single lady. I don't have anybody. I'm heterosexual. Girl, I saw radishes at the grocery store today, and I immediately thought of you, lightly salted. Pussy and butt, you good darling. Waiting, darling. Hi, you can't even see me doing it, and if you can, you should go to jail. Historical videos. I don't think I showed myself all that much. Often. Yeah, radishes, they're good. I'm considering having, I did my what I eat during a day as the wannabe fat person. I vlogged all that, although I'm considering having some tomato juice, some vegetable juice, some black ground pepper, and a piece of celery, lightly salted. Although it's a sort of, it's a beverage. It's a Bloody Mary, virgin Bloody Mary, I suppose. I'm gonna do it online. I need to eat something once I take my pain reliever. A nice mocktail, Bloody Mary, yes. Virgin too. I doubt I'm having a Caesar. I call it a Bloody Mary, whether it's in a restaurant or not. I'll be right back. clean it up. Give myself some water. I function better because I'm standing on my wrist. This is the pharma that I'm taking. Gets me through. This is the pain reliever. It's an alleged opioid. You take one of those. And this is the muscle relaxant, acute, not chronic. I'll take this because I can't take the and I'm ambidextrous or whatever it's called, and sometimes I have to use my left hand and it hurts. Yesterday I was at a show and I was clapping and all the pain. My hand wouldn't even clap properly for a while. It takes about an hour for my medicine to work, function, so that I'll feel better. Hopefully by then I might wash my hairs tonight. Treat yourself, Avril. Bella's Beauty Sip. Be careful, Avril. Those prescriptions can make one feel very itchy. Oh, I don't want to be ambidextrous. Yes. Oh, goodness. Hope your pain goes away quickly. Yes, thank you. You should go on my other thing and watch my what I eat during a day as the wannabe fat person, and like and subscribe there too. In addition to this, go like and subscribe
On
to
your
the
pills.
what? Your evening pills, you mean? Your evening
Well,
pills,
I
dear.
no name.
You have to have your
breakfast.
evening pills now, dear.
Okay, give me them.
And your celery's on the counter waiting for you. I'll go get your meds.
Oh, that's a big piece. I don't want that.
What?
That's a big piece. I said a wee piece.
What is it? We wanted it. I can't break it.
did. I took it this. I don't put them in that, put them in the dish.
Oh, right, just not now.
Okay.
I mean, I'm vlogging. Oh, I phoned security and recorded what happened outside my front door tonight. I don't know that she did it. The security guard did anything. She said she was gonna write it up on a form or something and give it to staff when they come in tomorrow. But you know how they've done that before and lied. So I asked if they could.
Yeah?
How much salt do you have on that?
Not a lot.
I see it. It's full. That's a lot of salt. Mom, shake some of that off. That's
That's
too
it,
much. Still too much, but anyway. How can you not taste that?
Eh?
How can you not
Ah.
taste all that salt?
No.
It's more than a teaspoonful. Wilder Queen, I need to catch up on your videos. I've been on wild these past few days. Why do you want to be fat? You're great as you are. You might need a professional bodyguard. Beauty Crunch. Yes, Beauty Crunch.
Drop a little bit of deep. Stringy.
What? No? Beauty Bite. This is good. I wish it was autumn. Remember to wear pink tomorrow. Ah, yes, Pink Friday. I haven't forgotten. Could Mom tell us a story? She has a beautiful accent. They like your accent, Mom.
Oh, what happened to?
Oh, they like your accent, Mom.
Yeah.
Here.
Did you take it?
Here! I said something to you. Did you hear me?
Why did you take it out?
I needed to use it for something. Did you hear me? Are you answering me?
Yeah, I heard you. Don't do that again.
I'll do whatever I like.
No, you won't. But you
Yes,
won't
I
get it.
will. Don't yell
Not
and
you.
threaten me ever again.
That's
It's
it.
bad enough I got the idiots next door. Don't you become one of them and all. I don't want to hear you.
I don't want you.
I don't want to hear you. Don't threaten somebody like that. You live normal.
Here, it's Mom.
Mom! My audience doesn't give a care to hear you. Somebody just complimented that you have a nice accent and you're yelling and screaming about a stupid charger.
Well, it's my charger and you took it off
You didn't hear why.
because you wanted it.
Really? Sorry. My mom was diagnosed major neurologic disorder, Alzheimer's uptake, traumatic brain injury, contributing factors, that, and alcohol. She's been sober for quite a while now. I'm sorry, Avril. That must be very hard for both of you. My sympathies, dear. Thank you. I laugh and smirk because of my glasses. Bless you, Mom. You're welcome. Bless you. It's wonderful that you still smile. Your smile is so firm, so warm. Bless you, Mom. Bless you, Mom. You're welcome. Has any of you ever heard of like Heritage Mississauga and elsewhere Heritage? Like Heritage Weston, Heritage Vaughan, Woodbridge, Heritage Etobicoke, Heritage Mississauga. Hello, I'm Avril, Avril. Welcome to my What I Eat During a Day as the Wannabe Fat Person. Ever need a holiday? If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go and why? Nope, not heard of that. Can you hear me now? Thank you for letting me know. It's raining a bit here, so my chores need to get stepped up. Oh heck, I need to go in a few minutes watching the bear tonight. I was going to listen, but that seems to not be a possibility. Oh, hello, I'm back. She's really going off. I wished had sound yes. Sorry, do I have to repeat it all? She took her muscle relaxer and prescribed prescription opioid half an hour ago now. Mom upset her earlier. No idea what she's on about. I didn't take the muscle relaxant just yet. I had to wait about an hour. This is amazing, as 13 fluid ounces of cashews. Oh, lovely. Hi, DC. I just got here too. For 10 minutes. Unmute. See. Holy shit, I just got here. How long has she been yapping? You did. Amazing. Glad to hear. Oh. Yeah, I was talking to you. Yeah. She kept talking. Oh, wow. She made it up by accident. I think she was arguing with Mom before, but not. I wasn't arguing. We were just discussing something. She just doesn't always hear. She lacks concentration sometimes. Takes her a bit. She's a bit slower than she used to be. Are you pretty, Afro? I'm good, thank you. Okay, where to start? uh. Well, if anyone could read lips, they could see, they could read mine and know what I was talking about. I was just spewing, not hatefully, just, about how I've been wronged by so many other people unnecessarily. Other people, obviously. I was just mentioning, in addition to all that, those homeless shelters, you hear and see and you read about in the media and stuff. How some other people, my ex-neighbors that I've moved away from, and some residents around here, as I've just mentioned, they're, they behave homeless as their behaviors and symptoms. They don't know boundaries at all, etc. And it's as if those places tried to relocate them and pay all their bills. And they discontinued with their mental health and or continued with their meds, whatever, therapy, etc. And they just don't know how to integrate into society. And those other people, they're allegedly from India, Malaysia, and or Africa. They're Indians. And that's not me being prejudiced, prejudging, discriminatory, racist, because and that should not affect they should not be favored. They should not, cannot, could not, may not, need not, must not be favored, got favored instead of us, because we didn't do anything wrong. And all the lies, just because they lied, I've even witnessed, I've looked at people and they did it. And there's security cameras on recorded and recording them. And the security guards should, can, could, may, must, and need should have reported them and should have reported them to the police. And the police, with and without paramedics, should have put them under the Mental Health Act, the alleged 5051, and had them taken away as the dangers to themselves and or danger to one and more others. They should not, cannot, could not, may not, must not, and need not ever been to, at, on, in, out, from, by any of my parents and my parents' parents, and my parents' parents' parents, and my parents' 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 parents, and all animals and all pets, all fur babies, and myself, estates, contents, all historical, all geographical, all financial, and all new. Those other people next door. Alleged names named Gupta. You just have to Google them. You can see it all yourselves. And I didn't internet troll them on any social media or anything, but I just sometimes a hobby of mine is looking up real estate and going back on history and the alleged inflation and or loss in property values. And I came across that those other people are only rent their leases, their tenants. They didn't own there. Why don't they leave? They should, can, could, they should, can, could, may, must, and need relocate somewhere else, obviously, such as jail, and or paroled and or probation, new, without and or without and or without suit, new, all those other people, all that they've done, including today outside my front door. I should have showed up sooner, and because then I could have phone called the police. I should have really phone called the police. So should a security guard, at least one or more of them today. Condominium corporation too. I mean, when the police came after me and they've been lying, saying that this person and that person were superior than you, the victim. I mean, they don't realize, and they didn't realize the histories, the geographics and financials, etc. We bellises. My parents and my parents' parents and my parents' parents' parents and my parents' 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 parents and all animals, all pets, all fur babies, and myself. And others. As I said earlier, as I showed and talked about earlier, other people, allegedly autistic, allegedly, remember when the old days, what was it, a long time ago, before the 1960s, they used to refer to the retarded as autistic and or SINS, autistic, Asperger's syndrome, autistic. In addition to all the other allegations, ADHD, ADD, psychosis, schizophrenic, paranoid psychosis, paranoid schizophrenic. And they used to even try and lie that, if somebody complained about one and or more, they would say, well, those other people are the psychosis and schizophrenia. They are the paranoid psychosis, paranoid schizophrenia. It doesn't work that way. In real law enforcement, anybody and everybody like those other people often on and off the internet should have been escorted away and put under the Mental Health Act, the alleged 5051 Mental Health Act, a danger to one and more others here, with and or without dangers to themselves, each. And we should, can, could, may, must, and need privacy and safety here, historical, geographical, financial, all new, everywhere. All those other people. I mean, the news media reports other people, how many years? And they don't get to stay in residential neighborhoods like those other people next door and some of my ex-neighbors. We hear you, everything okay, hun? How are you, pretty Avro? Are you going to sing to us? Love how you have a great sense of humor about yourself, Avril. I'm listening as I'm getting ready for chores. I'm stretching to get limbered up for my biotin. Yeah, biotin. The weekend is not far away. My hair, skin, and nails are doing pretty good, considering the sort. They were healthy already before. I just didn't get a very good manicure. The most recent one, professional, but the only thing I find when not taking biotin every day is my lips are dry. Who is us? 5051 is American, in out to by henceforth, whereas erstwhile. I'm just putting 16 almonds in my pocket in case I need energy to finish my chores. Whatsoever. You can just say lineage. What was that? Yeah, I have some shitty neighbors too. I'm thinking of upping my hobby game by taking biotin and vitamin C. Well, that's good. I hope you do, but although ask your healthcare worker, your doctor, if you can, don't overdose. I wouldn't want you to get toxic, get sick, or die. It's 5150 here in the States. I'm getting my wristbands on to take my vitamin C. Mental Health Act 5051. Let it go, Avril. Don't get upset. Neighbors are shitty. Exactly. Just sing for us. I can't sing tonight. I don't feel like singing tonight. I'll sing again in the future, I promise. I'll actually get some lyrics and I'll sing when I'm feeling a bit more better. My doctor said I'm ready to go to start my supplement hobby. Okay. Good. Uh, well, I'm taking prescription opioid and muscle relaxant, so I'm just waiting it out. Once all that's finished and my stomach settles more, I can hopefully, and then can I not return to taking biotin every day? At least I'm hopeful every other day. I'm finding my diet is not as good as it used to be. I want to eat more food. I just don't know what to eat. I ate pretty good today. I've had some good neighbors too, just the ones I've gotten now. Some are not good. I mean, anybody and everybody. It's one thing my mom and I arguing. I mean, my mom could have slapped me when, spanked my bum when I was younger. Um, and not every mother-daughter has a very good relationship. I mean, we have our good days and our bad days. And I'd never abuse my mom, and I don't think it's good that anybody did. And that, especially since my dad died, that anybody and everybody that would ever have hurt my mom and an animal and a pet for a baby and me, if staff, they're fired. You don't hit anybody. You don't yell at us. You don't do anything like that. You're fired. Your neighbor, I reported you. And I know there's evidence out there, and there's no such thing as a media ban and or censorship. I have no fear of being seen and heard as that, the victim. Today too, there's other people next door us and all the other shitty neighbors, residents, those other residents, excuse me. Need some marijuana to relax. Nurse it works. BRB. Everyone says I need to wash his socks in the sink. I'm gonna have to do my chores. Okay. I'm just waiting for the pain to go away. And I think some of it too, when I put this on, it didn't make my wrist, etc., feel better because it's too small. I did have a bigger one. I don't know exactly where I put it. I had it and then it went away. I don't know where it went. Give us a pretty smile. I mean, I wanted to get dressed tonight and put out downstairs some garbage. I did some light cleaning, tidying up. I did manage, that's why my arm and wrist hurt more than it did before. I swept my floors. I washed my floors with a Swiffer wet jet thing. I collected lots of garbage, clutter. We didn't need any more. And I was going to take a bag down, but the other day I took some stuff out off my balcony. I didn't realize how heavy it is. I'm not allowed to lift anything heavy. Not yet, not even a pound weights. And I mean in each hand or 2 pounds over my head or anything. And I couldn't because of what those other people from next door did. And I'm sure it's the same stalkers before internet trolled the same ones that just never rectified. I mean, I would never go. I mean, it's one thing to be waiting at an elevator and stuff, but I purposely would not stand outside somebody else's front door or in a hallway and with and or without a microphone talk into a recording device or on the phone or anything real time live streaming. I would not do that unless it was unnecessary evidence and I was like calling the police and reporting them to security. Yeah, I would, but nothing to, not to vlog or post it anything out there on internet. We deserve privacy and safety. I mean, is there any police on my social media? Why can't they get get them, you know, away from us? Give us privacy and safety more. I mean, nobody should, can, could, may, must, and need hid documents from us. Any staff that ever did that downstairs, I don't care their hierarchy, whether they're an alleged board member, they're alleged property manager, the alleged condominium corporation, one and or more. They can't hide any documents from us banks, everybody, And did they try it? They should, can, could, may, must, and need fired, unemployments from by their employers, and judiciary punished with and or without arrested police, courts, justice of the peace, etc. They should, can, could, may, must, need jailed with and or without paroled and or probationed, each new without and or with and or without sued, each new. All of those other people. Lots of people have documents. They're afraid of being seen and heard on the internet, Wi-Fi's. Are they mentally ill themselves, have paranoid psychosis, paranoid schizophrenia? Before media, did they have obsessive compulsive disorder? Were they delusional? Were they psychotic, schizophrenic? I'm not going to get a media ban of any kind because I'm not guilty. My parents and my parents' parents, my parents' parents, all animals and all pets, all fur, not guilty. All witnessed, including all on security's cameras recorded and recording. Everybody witnessed. And those other residents yelling and screaming at us doesn't make this stuff all go away. I'm not going to stop doing my social media just because you haters can't grow up and do rules and regulations and be mentally stable, insane, and competent, and leave us alone. Mind your own business. I mean, at any time and every time, other residents, ex-neighbors, anyone, any other persons reached out to where I lived, somehow or other, residents, where I worked, where I hobbied, was a member, was educated, where I lived before, and when I was my mom support person and my mom mandatory support person, trans help rides, and other rides. That should not, cannot, could not, may not, must not, need not. We go away. You stalkers can go away. Because that's all you are, stalkers. You did all that, all bad, all purposefully, all wrong, all not lawful, all not legal, with and or without sane, with and or without competent, and obviously not employable. Instead, all witnessed. Here, there, all other, where and when, everywhere. I do this now sometimes. I find when my wrists and hands and forearms hurt, I like to have this pillow with me, and I just like to rest my hands and that on here. I find it's better than this too small thing. So I've been an internet troll before, and I began new social media. I updated everything. I tried to reset my privacy settings. And I was thinking, I could start another. I was like, why do I, as the victim, I should, can, could, may, must, need do that more? I decided I'm going to begin a new project, and I am going to be title changing, not anytime soon, but in the near future, myself and somewhat like, I'm the real foodie beauty, something like I did before, well-being and fitness, you know. And then maybe in October I'll pick up Halloween once more, you know, uh, costumes that, I get to come out, celebrate more, and I get to celebrate the seasons more, solstice, equinox. Um, so I tried to find one of the channels that I didn't use very lots, and change the theme of it all to what I eat during a day as the wannabe fat person, which somebody asked earlier what that means, fat. I don't necessarily mean fat. I mean like active, athletic fat. There is actually such a thing. I'm not being athletic, active to be any more attractive than I was and be. It's just, you know, instead of being walk fit, super skinny, I want to be more muscular. My thighs, my biceps, my midriff, my BMI. I'll never have as a pretty attractive BMI that I had when I was younger. Although why stop being athletic, active? I think anyone and everybody, any ages. I encourage most all my acquaintances and friends, etc., that had difficulties with movements, walking, and everything. Get a cane. I'm not getting myself a cane right now. I can walk. I still can. I can continue walking without aids. I just have to wait until. And anyways, I couldn't do it anyways. A cane, crutch, a walker, anything because this. It's too painful. So, and this hurts too sometimes. I can't do it. I just find going upstairs and after sitting a while going downstairs, it's a stiffness in my knee that's been a problem since not likable, but since 2021. And every time it's just one thing on top of the other. It's just very painful. And so I have a physiotherapy appointment later this month. Maybe I shouldn't be doing anything, but I had a physiotherapist come before about my knees. And I'm like, I gotta keep myself active. If I don't, without the muscle relaxant, my knee would probably just stiffen completely, I gotta keep it going. I gotta keep it moving. So I'm like with my friends and acquaintances and all those other people, get yourself a cane, sure. Get a walker, get out and about. You don't want to necessarily go in a nursing home because once you're in there, you'll possibly and probably deteriorate. You'll you'll deteriorate because for one, you'll be there more. You'll be without family and friends often. You'll be amongst strangers, and you won't be able to go out and do all your socials that you did because, from what I remember when I was younger, nobody could just come and go out of a nursing home or retirement home. They had to get somebody, be a family member or a friend, that was allowed to come and visit and, I don't know if it's the word discharge, but sign them out for a day or two here or there, or even just for the afternoon if they want to go play bingo or they want to go to Niagara Falls or something, you know. And they were fully responsible for that other person the whole time, you know. My mom is a great example of all that. And her alleged youngest brother, Norman, celebrity stalker Norman Thompson, and her alleged nephew, celebrity stalker James Maud, and celebrity stalker Angela Maud, they don't understand that. They were like, "Oh, you're healthy," you know, my mama, and it never. 2024, I told my mom, "Don't go. They don't understand. They don't understand your medications. They don't understand your disabilities. They won't take responsibility for you physically and mentally and emotionally. Anything could happen." And my mom came back physically ill. She was not well. She's never fully rectified since then. And all other times. And I'm like, "Mom, you've heard it yourselves. She's got to take her meds. I got to get her new pill box. Because this one, I don't know what happened. Some of the pieces went missing. My mom says she doesn't have, so I want to get my mom a new pill box. Or she can get one herself. She can buy it herself. And that way I could put the 7 days together. Every time, whatever time, I could just open my bedroom door, put my hand out, and just, make sure she knows just to take the morning. And then 6 hours later, take the afternoon. And then 6 hours later, take the night ones, you know? And then in between all that, take your other pain relievers. And medicines and anti-inflammatories. My mom is good. She doesn't do a lot of cooking and cleaning. And sometimes she would tell stories that she never did, and that my dad did it. Yeah, right. As if almost everybody hears those stories, and we all look around with that. And although my mom does like to go for a walk, and I'm like, you can't go anymore. The alleged COVID-19 SARS, severe acute respiratory syndrome. My mom, like many other parents, didn't understand the severity, the challenges about that, the vaccinations and everything. And that we had to stay out of public a while. And my mom would want to go out for a coffee and run errands and stuff. I said, no, we have to do it online and have to get it delivered. You want groceries, you have to get them delivered. I can make you a tea or coffee. You have to stay. And she didn't like because she wanted to go for a walk and stuff. And sometimes she would get out the front door and leave. I'm like, mm-mm. And then I spent hours and I even had to phone call the police and security guards, try to find her and bring her home. And finally I bring her home. And then here she's sort of settled down. More people I've told her more about that alleged illness. And she's calmed down, especially since that celebrity, her alleged brother and alleged nephew and his wife have been harassed. Other people, she started to remember a little bit and a little bit more. And I'm like, oh well, that one evening carrying home dinner and beverages, 2 beverages, because my mom pedicure and my pedicure and manicure ran a little bit later. I fainted outside, and my left knee, my knees were bleeding, my left knee was bleeding. I couldn't move my leg at all. My right side, I used this and something else to stop my face from hitting the pavement any more than it did. It's okay. I didn't cause any disfiguring or anything. It's just bruised, maybe a bit of scratch. This I used to, but I used it to save my head. It's probably why all this is so painful. And I'm like, since then, I can walk it more. I think it's too, it's better weather. I love the heat, unlike my mom. But when it does go, oh, it's just the cutest thing. We're walking along with her walker. Do you ever remember this TV series or the movie Golden Girls? Do you remember the characters Dorothy and Sophia? And Sophia was the mother and Dorothy was the daughter. Some other people, including myself, my mom is little Sophia and I'm the Dorothy look-alike. It's just the cutest. And since the COVID-19 severe acute respiratory syndrome vaccines, one of the side effects possible or probable were blood clots. And as I say to my mom, you have to walk, even if it's just from one room to another. You have to keep moving. Oh, before I hurt myself, before I was injured and wounded, that is, my recuperating newest, I was like, we gotta get out more. We could go to the gym, we could go to the center, we could we could walk around a mall. We can get out and have a bit of a, keep moving. Because as I've always said, when I was told to put on those surgical masks and cover my face, pick off a new one off the floor, put on my face, I was like, no. When and if, I'll wear a scarf. If and when I'll wear a scarf. When and if. And those shields, I'm like, no. Because all that, it doesn't protect. It's all bullshit. And wearing those cloth masks and all those mask cloth made from recycled clothes, used clothes, etc. I was like, no. Until I got influenza type A virus diagnosed. Then for 2 or more days, I did wear stuff, and I even wore latex gloves around my mom until I was told I was not infectious, I was not contagious anymore, and then all that went away. About influenza, yeah. COVID-19, no. Because it won't stop COVID-19 SARS. I mean, there was a slight chance my mom could have, but it was mostly still, when it's influenza type A, any influenza, most anybody and everybody knows you gotta wash your hands. And some people used to think I was maybe a bit weird because I used to have a cat that was gravely ill and sick and got sicker, and I would wash my hands lots. Some days I would just, before going out, I'd wash my hands. Before too much inside, I'd wash my hands. While home, I washed my hands lots, oftener than most other people would. And then since my cat died, I don't wash them as often, although I do try, at least before going and when I return in. I do try and wash my hands. I do believe in that. And, and not everybody, Although some other times when I've had, somebody coming that I was expecting, I'm like, please feel comfortable, keep your shoes on. I mean, they didn't, especially the ones that didn't know to maybe bring slippers or something. I'm like, please, yes, feel comfortable to do that. Especially since my cat died. When my cat was alive, I was a bit finickier. I was like, no, please don't. You're not allowed to do that. No, you can't touch that. Please don't. Yeah, oh, well, yeah, I suppose, well, yeah, you can sit there. And then I used to get, those Lysol wet wipes and go around until lately I can't even do that very. It's difficult. I move my hands a lot when I'm talking because they hurt. It's painful. Actually, this hand is good. I can feel my thumb, I suppose, because for many months I had not any feeling. I couldn't even move my hand. It took me ages to move my hands that much and have balance to keep my arm and muscle toned. Like I said, I want to be fatter. I want to lose some weight in my face. And here, obviously, here and here, under here, I want to tone up more. My BMI, of course, thighs, the usual. I've changed my diet as I try to eat only between 2,000 and 3,000 or less calories, more than 400 calories every day. Could I eat more? Hell yeah. Do I want to eat more? Hell yeah. I am still trying to finish this, my one portion, control sized bag of rice crackers. And look at the time. It's sunsetting out there. I have that many remaining. I have to eat. I don't have to eat. Do I not eat them all? I'll just eat the remaining tomorrow and continue on with my next. I do. I like rice crackers. I like eating rice crackers. I used to eat rice cakes. I've come away from doing that. I just like that little bit of crunch. Not more so since my cat died. I miss hearing him eating his dry cat food. Just hearing those crunches of eating his food. His cat treats. I just really miss that. And I'm highly allergic to cats. I'm allergic to lots of things. Yeah, he was pretty good. I wasn't as allergic to my pussy cat as I was to other pussy cats. It was really, really weird. Were I to have another pussy cat, I'd have more boundaries. I would have to keep the pussy cat away from my face. I'd have to do that. And my bedding would have to be separate to my cat bedding. And but instead of having my cat here, I'd probably have one of the other cats just sitting right beside me. Because in the daytime it should be okay. And if not, maybe I'll do more research and see if I can find a tea alternative more than I already have that will ease the symptoms and behaviors of allergies. I mean, yesterday I was out in public and I didn't have any problems, not even any hay fever. But I am just going out my front door and in public places and there's other animals. There's a slight chance I can get an allergy. And it's not the animal's fault necessarily. It's not anybody's fault. It's just nature. And I could just end up sneezing. And then the sinus and the runny nose and the itchy eyes and the teary eyes. And my face is more swollen than this. And it's all blotchy and red and it goes into my chest. And often I get seen as, I need a cough bottle prescribed to me. I need an antihistamine, I should say, an antihistamine. Oh, help me. I don't want it to turn into bronchitis or pneumonia. I'm more concerned about that than that alleged COVID-19 severe acute respiratory syndrome. Because I could wear some kind of face covering like that because of an allergy. I was at the center once at a function and I was sneezing lots, and my acquaintances and friends and family there were like, uh-oh. I said, you know what? I don't feel, if you want to wear a surgical mask or any face covering when you're around me because of an allergy I have, I am not offended. In fact, I'll join you. And I published it on social media. Wake up and be awesome. Absolutely. And the one thing I don't like doing is dusting. Dust. I can sneeze lots with dust. My voice is affected by allergies, and I'm not allergic to anything that I know of, other than I did some cleaning the other day, and it could be dust. Perfect, thank you. You're beautiful. Big smile and 1,000-yard state. Yes, GC. Well, I need a wheelbarrow for 4 pounds. Too tired, GC. My muscle tone and fibers are waiting for the biceps to kick in. I see. Okay. Hey, dears. Hey. Hey, Ding. You are not guilty. You are beautiful. Thank you. You were educated where you lived before. Have you considered moving back? Sometimes, although I doubt I'll ever go back there other than maybe a drive-by. I did once before, somewhere close to where I lived. A bus I was on, a road trip, drove by. Damn stalkers just won't stop. Doing chores, BRB. Be real now. Keep me in the loop. You got it. Tomorrow will be a better day for you. Yes, I remember. Great show. Yeah, I'm gonna go. My medicine is starting to work. The pharmaceutical industry is really funny. At least I find it funny. Until you get the word animals. I go on the net. Some people think I'm a nut, believed I'm a nut. So I'm like, I am what I eat, a nut. I show up where it's pharmaceutical and I protest all over the internet about animals being tested on, used for science and the manufacturing of alleged pharmaceutical, all the animals abused, all those cruelties to animals. It's disgusting. Why not just use humans? Although then too, that could be considered not allowed. Although sometimes, well, let's face it, COVID-19 or vaccines, we were used, allegedly, other people alleged we were used to be the recipients of those as never been tested before, so. The behaviors, side effects, the alleged increase in autism, adults and children. I can't believe they inoculated vaccinated children, babies, infants with those vaccines without fully understanding the side effects, all those vaccines. Pregnancies, newborns, and older children, etc. Probability and or possibility, blood clots, brain damage, blood clots in the brains, etc. Sad, very, very sad. And I did not get my cat autopsied. I didn't want his body and head to go through any more traumas as gravely ill, sicker my cat got. So we decided just to wait a while until he started to move that way and began suffering more that oxygen was needed because my cat was having difficulties breathing. He had congestive heart failure, fluid, and he was bleeding. And there was bleeding in his urine, and everyone knows bleeding in urine can mean cancer. And he had some kind of IBS, and he was suffering. You'd have to know animals to know when you see a cat suffering like that. It was worse than my other ones. He was really suffering, and my cat was sneezing and had a runny nose. And like I said, a home, a residence is not a party room, as far as I'm concerned. It's a home. And although my mom needed nursing home, all those other people, it was just, I'm not talking about a friend here or there, an older friend, acquaintance. I'm talking about other people. It was just heartbreaking to watch him deteriorate, especially in this neighborhood. I mean, I knew he had problems physically and emotionally, mentally when I got him. Although he lasted more than 6 years. Not any other cat would have gave a care, loved and or liked to try it. He loved life with me and my mom. He really, really did. I'm gonna go now. This foodie beauty has to get hot tea. I'm gonna do some Zen. I'm gonna get myself hot tea and just sit quietly. Hopefully, lots of quiet rest and get my mama tea. Did I mention that? Go get my mama tea and just, and then take my muscle relaxant and then just rest more with and without having a decaffeinated coffee before I go. Like and subscribe. Use the like button. Leave your thumbs up. Like, subscribe. Have a nice day. Kind to all, everyone, everywhere. Kind is kind. I know I did. I was kind. I am kind.